Welcome to my channel. Recently, the former special advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan, Reno Omokri, he was former special advisor to the former President Goodluck Jonathan on new media, basically social media. He wrote an interesting article that was published on the back page of This Day. He titled it 2023 Political Realities That Annoy and Heal. The essence of the article, if you all know Reno Omokri, is to package his preferred candidate, which is Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to package him as the preferred candidate or presidential candidate of the PDP, or the People's Democratic Party. Those who have followed me know that in 2023, I strongly believe that if Nigeria is to base the position of the president on zoning, and zoning based on fairness, justice, and equity, that the next president of Nigeria should come from the southeast of Nigeria. Because since 1999, that zone has never produced a president. I've never hidden it. My position on this, I've written about it on social media, on print media, and elsewhere that I had opportunity, even as a guest on television programs. Now, my position, when I read this article by Reno Omokri, is that he did not only want the position of presidential candidate of PDP to be zoned to the north. He actually wanted it to be zoned, micro-zoned to Atiku Abubakar. After reading the hogwash he put out as political analysis, what I came out with is that one, he wants the People's Democratic Party to field Atiku Abubakar as the presidential candidate of PDP. Don't forget, Reno Omokri also worked for Atiku Abubakar in 2019 presidential election as one of his spokespersons. Two, he wants the All Progressive Congress to field former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as the presidential candidate of the APC. Because if you look at his analysis, he appears to have concluded that APC is going to choose Bola Ahmed Tinubu as his presidential candidate. And in his mind, he said that no other southern candidate can defeat Tinubu on his emergence as APC presidential candidate. And that the only person that PDP can field that can win the presidential election for PDP is Atiku Abubakar, who is from the northeast. Nothing could be further from the truth. Having looked at what his position, I think there's a need to keep the record straight. And he took a lot of jab on the Southeast people and Southeast political leaders that they don't have what it takes to win the presidential election. And they don't have the support to win the presidential election. That even those who support them are only vocal on social media, that they are always making noise on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, on social media. They don't have the capacity to actually produce, to support a candidate of their choice But that is a lie from the pit of hell. Atiku Abubakar in 2019, when he chose somebody from the southeast, Mr. P2B, as his running mate, Atiku Abubakar was able to garner over 10 million votes. Most of those votes were from the people of Southeast. Atiku, he should know the fact. Many people in the north do not like Atiku Abubakar. Many northerners do not love Atiku Abubakar. Yes, he has contested as a presidential candidate of ACN. How far did he go? It was the vote of the people of Southeast that gave him, majority of the votes that gave him that over 10 million in 2019, they are from the Southeast. The Southeast as a bloc voted overwhelmingly for PDP. And they voted for P2B, for which Atiku Abubakar was a beneficiary. Overwhelmingly. Now, it is not only Southeast are very itinerant people. So Southeasterners are living all over the country. And in most parts of Nigeria, after the indigenous people, the next population density you are going to have are people from the Southeast. If you go to Lagos State, after the population of Lagosians, the real indigenes of Lagos, forget about people that migrated, like people like Tinubu that migrated from their original states in Osun and came to Lagos. Even if you combine all of them, after you combine all the Yoruba people in Lagos, the next majority population are the people of the Southeast. That was why in 2011, people from Southeast living in Lagos produced about 5 members of House of Representatives. I don't know whether I got the figure right, but they were able to elect 5 members, PDP, into the National Assembly in Lagos. Now, all those votes were for P2B in 2019, and Atiku Abubakar was a beneficiary. If you go to the South, after the indigenous population of the South people, the next largest population you're going to get there are people of Southeast. They voted along with the South people for Atiku Abubakar. If you come to the FCT, the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Atiku won. Why did he win? Because after the indigenous population of FCT, people from the Southeast are the majority residents of the FCT. Now, and this thing I'm saying is practically in all the 36 states of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. So it is infantile for somebody who claims to be an analyst to disregard the significance of Southeast votes. The Southeast voters do not only speak on social media, they also speak with their votes, which they have done severally. Like I pointed out, they produce 5 members of House of Representatives from Lagos State. Even Tinubu will tell you that if you want to win a lot of votes in Lagos at the presidential election, he must cut them. He must seek the support of the Southeast residents in Lagos. So it's infantile, it's irresponsible to disregard the vote of Southeast people and how it was significant in his principal, Atiku Abubakar, gotten up to 10 million votes. Many Northerners rejected Atiku. Even right now, it's suspect if Northerners will go with Atiku. In fact, if Atiku is fielded as PDP candidate from the North, Tinubu can beat him. Any candidate of APC can beat him. Not just Tinubu. Vice President Yomi Osinbajo can beat him. Chibike Amechi Kampichi. You can take this to the bank. He don't have a good image in the north. He could not even win overwhelmingly in Adamawa State, his own state, in the 2019 presidential election. It was the non-indigenous votes and the Christian minority that was even able to help him to get gas or enough vote to win Adamawa State. So what are we talking about? Atiku Abubakar, if he's nominated as the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar will lose and PDP will lose. So if PDP is smart, they better look at a candidate from the southeast who has the momentum right now. And who is that person that has the momentum? It's Mr. Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State. PDP, if it's serious about winning the 2023 presidential election, should look no further than Mr. Peter Obi. The country is fed up. The country is tired of corruption. The country is tired of misgovernance. The country is tired of maladministration. They need a change. And this change is not that the change of the APC, it is to change the change that will be of benefit to all Nigerians. This country needs somebody who has capacity, somebody who has what it takes to move this country to the next level. And whether you are a northerner, whether you are a southerner, most people have now agreed that Peter Obi has what it takes to move this country to the next level. So it will be suicidal for PDP to reject Peter Obi and go and pick Atiku Abubakar. Already, the Southeast leaders, the Ohanese, has warned that no Southeasterner should take a vice presidential slot. So it is out of question asking Atiku to pick the ticket so that you make a pick Peter Obi as his running mate. That is out of the question. Peter Obi will commit political suicide too if he succumbs to that pressure. So I wanted to use the opportunity to actually show Omokri that his candidate he's bragging about cannot win 2023 presidential election for the People's Democratic Party. He cannot. He doesn't have the support. The so-called structure he has doesn't exist anywhere. He may have had some people who he empowered when he was vice president, but that was it. The reason why PDP won up to 10,000 votes, got up to 10 million votes, in 2019 presidential election was because of Peter Obi. And it was because Nigerians were also fed up with the APC administration. And like Professor Perogi rightly pointed out, that election was actually won by Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. If it was not rigged, I agree with Perogi that Atiku won that election in the joint ticket with Peter Obi. But the electoral umpire rigged it for the sitting government. And most of that vote came from people of Southeast votes. Came from people of Southeast. Most of the votes come from people of Southeast. They mobilized seriously for that election. You know, Omokri, I don't know what he has against people of Southeast, but you know, people of Southeast are people that they are very urban and very cerebral. So they don't think, you can't bombast them, you can't come and tell them rubbish. You must come up from a higher plane of intellectual capacity, of knowledge, for you to come and say whatever idea you have, and I will buy into it. So I don't know what he had against them, but you can see if you read that the whole of his article, he was taking jabs on them. He was taking jabs. Sometimes he didn't want to mention them. So now he mentions them. Say there are some people, if I mention them now, they'll be attacking me, that they are not politically savvy. He said that he now began to praise the Northwest and Northeast. He said those are the people, they vote in block votes. He said the other people in the South that have such sophistication. So voting in block, he has now acknowledged it that it's a sign of sophistication in politics. The only other people that does that are the people of Southwest. They have such sophistry in voting in block. But the colorful people will subscribe to what he's saying because they don't know any better. But the records are here. Southeast have been voting overwhelmingly for the People's Democratic Party. If that is not a block vote, I don't know what is block vote. Southeast voted overwhelmingly for Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi in 2019. I don't know what Omokri is talking about block vote. Is the Southeast block vote different from the Southwest block vote for APC? Or block vote mean a different thing when it is the Southeast that does it? The Southeast voted overwhelmingly for APC, for PDP, sorry. And they voted overwhelmingly for the presidential candidates of PDP. In 2003, Southeast voted overwhelmingly for presidential candidates of the PDP, who was General Olusegun Obasanjo. At that time, the Southwest voted overwhelmingly for AMPP, which was the party that Olufalaye was the presidential candidate. The Southwest bloc vote could not make Olufalaye president. The Southwest vote could not make Olufalaye president. And therefore, that was how Obasanjo emerged the president of Nigeria, through the votes of other Nigerians. So Obasanjo was rejected by his own Southwest that voted in bloc for Olufalaye. Okay? Now, in 2007, the Southeast voted overwhelmingly for President Musa Yar'Adua to emerge. In 2011, again, they voted overwhelmingly for Jonathan. When Jonathan was seeking re-election in 2015, the Southeast voted overwhelmingly for Jonathan. Now, if all these things are not a sign of voting in bloc, if voting in bloc is a virtue, I don't think there's any zone is more virtuous than the people of Southeast. So I don't know what Omokri was talking about. What was he talking about? If not that he was just playing to the gallery. And then again, he said that there's a particular zone that you can become president without their vote. Well, if you can become president without Southeast vote, it is nothing new. Buhari became president of Nigeria without Southeast vote. Yes, in 2015, because they voted overwhelmingly for President Goodluck Jonathan. But it was not a new thing, because the Southwest could not elect a president of their choice. Therefore, Nigeria produced a president in 1999 without the support of the Southwest. So if the Southeast in 2023 that their vote can be disregarded and the president can still be produced, so be it. It's not new. It's nothing new. It has happened before. In 1999, a president of Nigeria was produced without the Southwest vote. Now he committed another political fallacy. He said that you cannot produce a president of Nigeria without the Northwest or the Northeast. That is a lie. Buhari had been winning Northeast and Northwest and couldn't become president of Nigeria. So how about that? How about that? How could what the explanation of Omokri for that? From 2003 to 2011, Buhari have been winning Northeast and Northwest votes, and he couldn't become president. So people should be able to interrogate some of these lies they tell you people, especially those of you who don't read, who rely on social media analysts to tell you where to go and what to do. Of course, some of us are here to correct some of those lies and give you facts and figures that you can use to back up whatever position we are taking. So it is a lie that for you to become president of Nigeria, you must win Northeast and Northwest. It's not true. It is not true. Elsewhere, I have written about it, how to produce a president of Nigeria without the vote of the conservative North. Of course, you have to get a vote from the North, but you don't need the Northeast and Northwest like at that much. You pick one state in the Northeast, you pick one state in the Northwest. Sometimes you don't even need Northwest at all, but you need Northwest because there's a certain percentage you need from there. But you don't need to win in Northwest. I have said it elsewhere, and I think I will take time to do a special package on it. How a president of Nigeria can emerge from South without the support of the conservative North. And I have said it, I keep on repeating it. If the South is united behind any candidate, they can produce a president. They can elect a president in this country without the vote of the conservative North. Because, like I keep on saying, a president from the South who has the support of all North Southerners, like almost happened to Goodluck Jonathan. Goodluck Jonathan in 2011 won the whole of the 16 states of the South. The only state Goodluck did not win was Osun State. And I'm still wrapping my head around it, why he didn't win at Osun State. Now, if the 17 states in the South vote for a particular Southern candidate, then the battleground state will be middle belt of Nigeria. Now, the person will win. I can bet my bottom dollar. The person will win Nasarawa. The person will win Plateau, Kogi, Benue, Taraba, Gombe. He will have more than 40% of the vote in Kaduna State. This person, all he needed now is just to be winning 25% in all the other states and becomes president of Nigeria. That's all that is needed. He has met the constitutional requirement. You don't need the millions of votes from Kano. You don't need millions of votes from Katsina. You don't need millions of votes for Sokoto. You don't need that. You become president of Nigeria. If you are in doubt, ask President Muhammad Buhari, why did it take him so long, despite all the votes he had been garnering from Northwest and Northeast since 2003, he couldn't become president until he came down from his high horse and embraced certain politicians. And the rest is history. Thank you for coming to my channel. Hit the subscription button so that when next we have any video, you'll be among the best, among the first to get it. God bless you.